Women with invisible illnesses realize that you can still lead a pretty healthy and productive lifestyle. It's just not going to be the one that you had envisioned for yourself. But you better figure out how to get a grip on this stuff because time marches on. And trust me, nothing sucks much more than getting 5, 10, 15 years down the road and nothing's changed because you haven't changed. Okay, I didn't do that for 15 years, thankfully, but um, yeah, look, I don't care who you are or what your situation is. If you're not happy, you need to fix your shit. It's just that simple and that complicated. Um, and for some of us, it's a little bit more of a struggle than others. But, I can't control a lot of what goes on. Certainly can't control what goes on in the world at large. I can't control what other people say or do. I can't control to a large degree how my body's going to respond to stuff, but learn to control your attitude. Speaking of attitude, that's actually a pretty good segue. I wasn't sure how, how I was going to do that. Um, a few years ago, and actually I get called this from time to time, but a few years ago, a friend of mine, and he really wasn't trying to be a jerk. I don't remember what the exact conversation was, but it got kind of flippant. It's like, oh my gosh, you're so high maintenance. I said, well, yeah, I'll own that to a degree. People think I'm high maintenance because I do like to have my hair look nice. I do go get my nails done. I like high heels. I like to wear makeup. But what people don't see, what most people don't know, so I spent years of my life in a very, very severe depression. This even predates my health issues. And I was so depressed, I didn't give a shit about myself at all. I put no effort into my appearance. I put no effort into bettering myself. I was a heavy smoker. Excuse me. Speaking of heavy smoke, the flippin' wildfire smoke is so bad here. It's just disgusting. I can't even open any windows, and you can probably still hear my voice is all scratchy. So glad I quit smoking, right? Anyway, I was a heavy smoker. I ate terribly. I didn't do any mental self-care at all. I didn't journal. I didn't meditate. I didn't do anything. I just existed for a long time. Now, now I exercise 6 to 7 days a week. In fact, I have a really hard time taking off days because of the emotional benefits that I personally get with all my health stuff. I get a little more out of it, I think, than healthy people do. I spend time with God every day, not as much as I should, but I do. I meditate most days. Um, I work on self awareness. I work on my attitude. I don't think most people realize how much effort it requires for me to keep my attitude positive. I'm up to my eyeballs in pain and fatigue. I get a lot of insomnia because of the pain. And it takes a lot of effort to decide every morning, and it's not a one and done. I have to make this choice really throughout the day. Am I going to focus on the bad things and be pissy, or am I going to try to focus on the positive? But I used to not know how to do that. That's why I was so depressed and unhappy. I was This is embarrassing to admit because I'm not a tiny girl now. I was 50 pounds heavier, well, 48. No, excuse me, 49 pounds heavier. Officially 49 pounds heavier. This was years ago, but I was 49 pounds heavier. I didn't care about myself. So, what you see as me being high maintenance, I see as me giving enough of a damn about myself to put forth an effort. I care enough about myself to try to pull myself together and make the best of my situation. I y'all don't know. Y'all don't know what somebody's struggling with. You have no idea what somebody has overcome to get where they are. And the person that I was having this conversation with, when I pointed these things out to him, I wish I could remember who it was. I really do, because I would love to give him a shout out because I had a tremendous amount of respect for him. Because instead of coming back with a flippant reply, when I said, well, okay, you see this as high maintenance, but here are the facts. And this is why I do the things that you guys, I pull myself together so I can feel like a normal freaking human being. but you don't look sick. Thank you. I try very hard not to look sick. It takes a lot of effort to pull my not I mean, okay, on a day-to-day basis, seriously, I spend maybe 20 minutes getting ready. The attitude takes a lot more work than the physical, but it's worth it because when I look in the mirror, it's not that I think I look perfect by any stretch of imagination, but hey, you know what? I cared enough today. I cared enough to try. But anyway, my friend said, I think I've really judged some of the women in my life too harshly. You probably have. Now, there are some women out there who are just high maintenance. And you know what? If that's them and that's how they want to live, do you, boo? That isn't any of my business. I will tell you, I've been watching all these makeup tutorials. I'm like, I'm going to revamp my look. And I watch it and I'm like, okay, that looks simple enough. And then I get into the bathroom and start putting on my face like, oh, I don't want to be bothered with all that. I just want to get done and get out of here. As long as I look like I tried, I'm pretty happy with that. But anyway, super short today because I almost canceled. The smoke it sucks. I will never work for the Alaskan Tourism Board because I'll be real honest. There's maybe 3 weeks out of the whole flipping year here that I want to be outside. And I'm so tired of being indoors. Anyway, boo freaking who, things are tough all over, right? But I hope you guys have a wonderful, wonderful afternoon. And I will be back Friday about 11 o'clock.